Genesis. Chapter 6. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown. And the Lord saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. So the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man, and beast, and creeping thing, and fowl of the air, because I regret that I have made them. But Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a righteous man, blameless in his time, and he walked faithfully with God. And Noah begot 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now the earth was corrupt in God's sight and was filled with violence. God saw how corrupt the earth had become, for all the people on earth had corrupted their ways. Then God said to Noah, I am going to put an end to all people, for the earth is filled with violence because of them. I am sure I will destroy both them and the earth. Make yourself an ark of gopher wood, make rooms in it, and cover it inside and out with pitch. And this is how you are to make it, the ark is to be 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide and 30 cubits high. You are to make a window for the ark, finishing it to a cubit from the top, and you are to put a door in its side. You are to make lower, second and third decks. For behold, I am bringing a flood of waters upon the earth, to destroy all flesh in which is the breath of life under heaven, everything that is on the earth shall die. But I will establish my covenant with you, and you shall come into the ark, you and your sons and your wife and your sons' wives with you. And of every living thing of all flesh you shall bring 2 of every sort into the ark, to keep them alive with you, they shall be male and female. Of the birds after their kind, and of the animals after their kind, of every creeping thing of the earth after its kind, 2 of every kind shall come to you, to keep them alive. And take with you of every food that is eaten, and gather it to yourself, and it shall be for food for you and for them. Thus Noah did, according to all that God commanded him, so he did. Chapter 7. Then the Lord said to Noah, Go into the ark, you and all your household, for I have seen that you are righteous before me in this generation. Take with you 7 pairs of every kind of clean animal, the male and his female, and 2 pairs of every kind of unclean animal, the male and his female. And take with you 7 pairs of every kind of bird, male and female, to keep their various kinds alive on the face of all the earth. For in 7 days I will send rain on the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and I will wipe from the face of the earth every living thing that I have made. And Noah did all that the Lord commanded him. Noah was 600 years old when the floodwaters came on the earth. And Noah went into the ark, and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives with him, to escape the waters of the flood. Of clean animals and of animals that are not clean, and of birds, and of every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth. They went in 2 by 2 to Noah into the ark, male and female, as God had commanded Noah. And it came to pass after 7 days, that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, on the 17th day of the month, on that very day all the fountains of the great deep were broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened. And the rain fell upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. And on that very day Noah and his sons Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and his wife and his sons' 3 wives entered the ark. They, and every beast after its kind, and every cattle after its kind, and every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth after its kind, and every bird after its kind, every sort of bird. They went in, and every beast after its kind, and every cattle after its kind, and every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth after its kind, and every fowl after its kind. And of every living thing in which there was the breath of life, 2 of every sort went into Noah into the ark. And those that went in were male and female of every kind, as God had commanded him, and the Lord shut him in. And the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased, and lifted up the ark, and it rose above the earth. And the waters prevailed, and increased greatly upon the earth, and the ark went upon the face of the waters. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high mountains that were under the whole heaven were covered. The waters prevailed 15 cubits upward, and the mountains were covered. And all flesh died that moved upon the earth, both of fowl, and of cattle, and of beast, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, and every man. Everything that had the breath of life in its nostrils, everything that was on dry land, died. So every living thing that was on the face of the earth was destroyed, from man to animal, to reptile, and to bird of the air, they were wiped out from the earth. Only Noah and those who were with him in the ark remained. And the waters prevailed on the earth for 150 days. Chapter 8. And God remembered Noah, and all the living creatures, and all the livestock that were with him in the ark, and God made a wind pass over the earth, and the waters subsided. The fountains of the deep and the windows of heaven were also stopped, and the rain from heaven ceased. The waters receded continually from the earth, and at the end of 150 days the waters had decreased. The ark rested in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, on the mountains of Ararat. The waters continued to decrease until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the 1st day of the month, the tops of the mountains appeared. At the end of 40 days Noah opened the window of the ark that he had made. And he sent forth a raven, and it went forth to and fro, until the waters were dried up from off the earth. Then he sent out a dove to see if the waters had receded from the face of the earth. But the dove found no resting place for the sole of her foot, and she returned to him into the ark, for the waters were still on the face of the whole earth. He reached out his hand and took her and brought her back to him into the ark. He waited another 7 days, and again he sent out the dove from the ark. The dove returned to him in the evening, and behold, in her beak was a freshly plucked olive leaf. So Noah knew that the waters had receded from the earth. He waited another 7 days and sent out the dove, but she did not return to him again. In the 601st year, in the 1st month, on the 1st day of the month, the waters had dried up from the earth. Then Noah removed the covering of the ark and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. And in the 2nd month, on the 27th day of the month, the earth was dry. Then God spoke to Noah, saying, Go out of the ark, you and your wife, and your sons' wives with you. Bring out with you every living thing that is with you of all flesh, birds, cattle, and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth, that they may breed abundantly on the earth and be fruitful and multiply on the earth. So Noah went out, and his sons, and his wife, and his sons' wives with him. Every animal, every creeping thing, and every bird, and everything that moves on the earth, according to their kinds, went out of the ark. Then Noah built an altar to the Lord and took of every clean animal and of every clean bird and offered burnt offerings on the altar. And the Lord smelled the sweet savor, and the Lord said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground any more for man's sake, for the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth, neither will I again smite any more every living thing, as I have done. As long as the earth remaineth, seedtime and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. Chapter 9. And God blessed Noah and his sons, and said to them, Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. The fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every bird of the air, upon everything that moves upon the earth, and upon all the fish of the sea, into your hand are they delivered. Every moving thing that lives shall be food for you, even as the green herb have I given you all things. But flesh with its life, that is, its blood, you shall not eat. Surely your blood, the blood of your lives, will I require, from the hand of every beast I will require it, and from the hand of man, and from the hand of every man's brother, will I require the life of man. Whoever sheds man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed, for in the image of God has God made man. But you, be fruitful and multiply, be fruitful and increase in number on the earth. And God spoke to Noah and to his sons with him, saying, And I, behold, I establish my covenant with you and with your descendants after you. And with every living creature that is with you, of birds, of cattle, and of every beast of the earth with you, of all that came out of the ark, even every beast of the earth. And I establish my covenant with you, that never again shall all flesh be cut off by the waters of the flood, and never again shall there be a flood to destroy the earth. And God said, This is the sign of the covenant that I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you, for all future generations. I have set my bow in the clouds, and it shall be a sign of the covenant between me and the earth. And it shall come to pass, when I bring clouds over the earth, that the bow shall be seen in the clouds. Then I will remember my covenant, which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh, and the waters shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh. And the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will see it, to remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh that is upon the earth. And God said to Noah, This is the sign of the covenant that I have established between me and all flesh that is upon the earth. The sons of Noah who came out of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and Ham was the father of Canaan. These three were the sons of Noah, and from them the whole earth was populated. And Noah began to be a husbandman, and he planted a vineyard. And he drank of the wine, and was drunken, and he was uncovered within his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his two brothers outside. Then Shem and Japheth took a garment, and laid it upon both their shoulders, and went backward, and covered the nakedness of their father, and their faces were turned away, so that they did not see their father's nakedness. And Noah awoke from his wine, and knew what his younger son had done to him. And he said, Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be to his brothers. And he said, Blessed be the Lord God of Shem, and let Canaan be his servant. And may God enlarge Japheth, and let him dwell in the tents of Shem, and let Canaan be his servant. And Noah lived after the flood 350 years. And all the days of Noah were 950 years, and he died. Chapter 10. These, then, are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and sons were born to them after the flood. The sons of Japheth were, Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshech, and Tiras. And the sons of Gomer were, Ashkenaz, Riphath, and Togarmah. And the sons of Javan were, Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodanim. From these the isles of the Gentiles were divided in their lands, each according to its language, according to its families, among its nations. And the sons of Ham were, Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. And the sons of Cush were, Seba, Havilah, Sabta, Rama, and Sabtika, and the sons of Rama, Sheba and Dedan. And Cush begot Nimrod, he began to be a mighty one in the earth. And this man was a mighty hunter before the Lord, therefore it is said, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before the Lord. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, Erech, Akkad, and Calneh, in the land of Shinar. From that land he went to Assyria and built Nineveh, Rehoboth-ir, Calah. And Rezin, between Nineveh and Calah, that is the great city. Mizraim begot Ludim, Anamim, Lehabim, Naphtuhim. Pathrusim, Casluim, from whom came the Philistines, and Caphtorim. Canaan begot Sidon his firstborn, and Hate. And to the Jebusite, to the Amorite, to the Girgashite. And to the Hivite, to the Archites, to the Sinites. And to the Arvadite, to the Zemarite, and to the Hamathite, and afterward the families of the Canaanites spread abroad. And the border of the Canaanites was from Sidon, as you go toward Gerar, as far as Gaza, as you go toward Sodom and Gomorrah, Admah and Zeboim, as far as Lasha. These are the sons of Ham, according to their families, according to their languages, in their lands, in their nations. And to Shem were born sons, and he is the father of all the sons of Eber, the older brother of Japheth. The sons of Shem are, Elam, Ashur, Arphaxad, Lud, and Aram. And the sons of Aram are, Uzi, Hul, Gether, and Mash. And Arphaxad begot Shelah, and Shelah begot Eber. And to Eber were born 2 sons, the name of one was Peleg, for in his days the earth was divided, and the name of his brother was Joktan. And Joktan begot Almadad, Shalef, Hazarmaveth, Jerah, Hadaram, Uzal, Dikla, Obal, Abimael, Sheba, Ophir, Havilah, and Jobab, all these were the sons of Joktan. And their dwelling place was from Mesha, as you go toward Sephar, a mountain in the east. These are the sons of Shem, according to their families, according to their languages, in their lands, according to their nations. These are the families of the sons of Noah, according to their generations, in their nations, and from these the nations were divided on the earth after the flood.